The message you've pulled already carries a very coherent, energetic thread. So I'll speak directly to what this combination means for your week ahead. Core message. This week is about alignment, reconnection, and remembering that your path is not meant to be walked alone. The Chamber of Soul Contracts and the Great Gathering work together to show that certain people, conversations, and opportunities are not random. They are part of your larger soul architecture. What's unfolding? 1. Soul contracts activating. You may notice people showing up, old contacts resurfacing, new allies appearing, or someone offering help at just the right moment. These are not coincidences. They're part of agreements made long before this lifetime to support your evolution, stability, and peace. 2. Things coming together. Where there has been fragmentation, you'll feel threads weaving into coherence. Plans that felt stalled begin to move. Insights click. You see why certain delays or detours happened. 3. Support is reciprocal. You're being asked not only to receive help, but also to offer your presence, wisdom, or clarity to others. This is a week of mutual reinforcement, not solitary effort. Guidance from Archangel Michael. You are not here on your own. Michael is emphasizing protection, but also connection. You're being guided to, and let people in a little more. I say yes to collaboration or shared effort. A reach out when something feels heavy. A trust the timing of who appears in your life now. Michael's energy this week is about strength through unity, not strength through independence. Practical expression this week. And a conversation may shift your perspective, and a helpful person may offer exactly what you need. You may feel called to reconnect with someone, and a project or decision becomes clearer through dialogue, and you feel a subtle but real sense of, I'm supported. This is a week to gather, not isolate. Deeper soul level meaning. You're stepping into a phase where your path intersects with others who share your frequency, values, or mission. This is not about crowds. It's about alignment. You're weaving into a larger tapestry, and your thread matters. The shadow aspect of this week sits right behind the beautiful message of gathering, alignment, and soul contracts. It isn't negative. It's the part that shows what may quietly resist or complicate the unfolding. Shadow aspect, fear of over-reliance, and the old instinct to handle everything yourself. Even as support is arriving, a part of you may tighten. This is the part shaped by past experiences where help came with conditions, or where self-sufficiency felt safer than vulnerability. The shadow here is subtle, pulling back when people get too close, feeling uneasy when others offer help, distrusting good timing or coincidences, a wanting to stay in control rather than collaborate. Minimizing your own needs. This shadow isn't blocking you, it's simply being illuminated. What this shadow is trying to protect, it's guarding your independence, your dignity, and your sense of mastery. But this week's energy asks you to soften that protective stance just enough to let soul-aligned support in. How it may show up that you hesitate before reaching out. You second-guess whether someone's intentions are genuine, and you feel a pull to retreat into solitude, even when connection would help, and you downplay your own role in the great gathering. This is the ego trying to keep you safe in familiar patterns. The gift inside the shadow. The shadow reveals the exact edge where growth is happening. Learning to trust interdependence without losing autonomy. You're not being asked to depend on anyone blindly. You're being asked to let the right people stand beside you. The lesson woven into your cards this week is learning to trust the web you're part of, not just the strength you carry alone. The lesson: interdependence is not weakness. It's alignment with your soul plan. Your path right now is teaching you that you don't have to earn support, you don't have to justify needing connection, and you don't have to carry everything with solitary discipline. You don't have to be the one who always figures it out. The deeper lesson is about allowing yourself to be part of a larger field of intelligence and timing, the great gathering energy. When you let others step in, you're not losing autonomy. You're fulfilling the agreements your soul made long before this lifetime. This week teaches you to receive without shrinking and offer without overextending. What this lesson unlocks: a softer nervous system and a clearer sense of direction, and a feeling of being held by life rather than pushing through it, and a new level of trust in timing and synchronicity. It's a shift from "I must manage everything" to "I am part of something that supports me." The action step for this week is to consciously say yes to connection where you would normally stay self-contained. Action step: initiate one meaningful point of contact. This can be small, but it must be intentional. The energy of your reading asks you to participate in the gathering, not just observe it. A few forms this can take: reach out to someone who has been on your mind and accept an offer of help instead of brushing it off. Share a thought, idea, or concern with someone you trust. Allow a conversation to go one layer deeper than usual, and collaborate on something instead of doing it alone. The key is opening the door, even slightly, to the support and alignment trying to reach you. Why this matters: your cards show that soul contracts are activating. The action step is to meet that activation halfway. When you take even a small step toward connection, the larger pattern can unfold around you. The light aspect that opens when you follow this path is coherence, a sense of being woven back into the living fabric of your purpose, your people, and your timing. Light aspect: you step into a field of effortless alignment where support, clarity, and synchronicity flow toward you without strain. When you allow connection, something luminous happens, and you feel guided rather than searching, and you feel accompanied rather than solitary, and you feel part of a larger intelligence rather than carrying everything alone. That you feel your energy expand instead of contract. This is the gift. Life begins to meet you halfway. What this light looks like in practice: and conversations open doors. The people show up with exactly what you need, and decisions feel clearer and less heavy, and you sense a quiet confidence rising in you, and you feel in the right place at the right time more often. It's the experience of being held by the path, not just walking it. The deeper gift, you reconnect with the truth that your soul didn't come here to struggle through isolation. Your presence is part of a constellation, point of light, strengthening the others. When you step into that constellation, your own light becomes steadier, brighter, and more purposeful. The strongest activating connection for you this week is the person whose presence feels quietly significant, even if the relationship is simple on the surface. Not the loudest voice, not the most dramatic figure, the one who brings a sense of clarity, steadiness, or rightness when they cross your mind. The signature of this connection, a few markers help you recognize them, and you've thought of them more than once recently, without any obvious reason, and there's no tension or heaviness around them, just a gentle pull, and the idea of speaking with them brings a small sense of relief or curiosity, and you feel you could be honest with them without performing or managing anything. This is someone whose energy aligns with the Great Gathering theme, a soul contract person whose presence helps your path click into place. Why this person? Your reading shows that the week's light opens through coherence and alignment. This particular connection acts like a tuning fork. When you interact with them, your own frequency stabilizes. You feel more yourself, not less. They don't need to be a close friend. They don't need to be someone you speak to often. They simply need to be someone whose presence feels true. What to do? Reach out in a small, natural way, like a message and a check-in, a shared thought, a simple "you came to mind." The action doesn't need weight. The connection itself carries the weight. If you want, you can tell me the first 2 or 3 people who came to mind when you read this, and I can help you identify which one holds the strongest resonance for this week.